Hello and welcome to the third and final stage of the Women's Tour of Scotland. Things are finally poised and it all comes down to this, the decisive stage here in Holyrood Park in Edinburgh. Our current leader is Alison Jackson of Team Tibco's Silicon Valley Bank. Will she hold on to that leader's jersey? In just a few hours' time, we will crown the first ever champion of this inaugural race. Stage 3 would start and end in Edinburgh's Holyrood Park, contesting 3 sprints and 4 Queen of the Mountains along the way. A 3-lap loop of the park, including a climb up Arthur's Seat, would bring the first Women's Tour of Scotland to a conclusion. So Team Tibco's Silicon Valley Bank rider Alison Jackson is our current race leader. We took the time to get to know her team a little bit better.
Like Hollywood. Nina. Me?
Maybe the sprinters have a little bit of a reputation.
I'd probably say Kendall. Well, she's obviously super fast and she doesn't really need to train, so why would she need to train?
Charlotte. Actually, she's least enthusiastic about almost anything. Just, I don't know. Yeah, we don't laugh on this team. Serious. AJ's like that dry humor. Brody's she just comes out with these zingers and you're like, where did that come from?
The Dutchies when they're together. It's just great entertainment. I don't really understand what's going on some of the time.
Brody and Shannon are really good.
Yeah, Shannon's pretty good.
I'd say Shannon and Kendall are probably the best.
Alison Jackson.
AJ's probably the best dancer.
Shannon with Brody, they really make a good team together.
I think I could give Brody a run for her money. AJ watches these videos and she goes to dance classes. So she's pretty good.
Kendall Ride. She's got a good twerk.
Nina.
Nina.
I'd have to be Nina.
Nina and Rosie, when they room together, you walk into their room and I'm not sure that you can see the ground.
I heard that messy people are really smart and creative, so I think it's only positive to be messy. But thanks, teammates. I will get you when I'm back, I promise you.
There is no shortage of action here in Holyrood Park all day long.
It's a good course for me. A little bit of the punchier hills is good, and in the final circuits we'll get to do it a couple times. It's a bit technical, which I think will be good for me and the team, and we'll have a little bit of extra firepower just because we are in the yellow.
As the 83 riders rolled out for the final stage of the Women's Tour of Scotland, with 117 kilometres ahead of them, exactly as forecast, the rain began to fall. The 4 jerseys were at the front of the race, and Scotland's finest Katie Archibald was also in the mix as the peloton reached kilometre 0 and racing began. There was no let-up in the rain, which saw some standing water on the roads, but hardy souls still braved the Scottish weather to show their support. The wet conditions and greasy roads saw spills aplenty as a number of riders crashed at the back of the peloton. The first Motorola Solutions sprint came after 51.2 kilometres of racing in Innerleithen. Rebecca Durrell crossed the line first, while Leah Thomas, wearing the red jersey, picked up more points in second. Arum Na of Ale Cipollini battled for third, while Stina Borgley, who lies third overall, claimed 1 point with fourth in the sprint. The Mound was the first of 4 QOM climbs of the day after 70.4 kilometres raced. And once again, it was Bigler driving the pace, the Swiss team's train putting riders in difficulty at the back of the bunch. The speed was fast and the group was strung out. They were riding for Danish superstar Cecilie Uttrup Ludwig, who was in the Event Scotland QOM jersey. And she delivered, picking up a maximum 8 points. Teammate Elise Shabby ensured no one else could come close, crossing the summit in second, while Eugenia Bujak continued her excellent form this race in third for BTC City Ljubljana. And Sophie Doik, riding in memory of Belgian teammate Björg Lambrecht, who tragically lost his life at the Tour of Poland last week, attacked solo. Spurred on, she rolled through the second intermediate sprint in Bonnyrigg and built up an advantage of over 1 minute 30. Race leader Alison Jackson sprinted to second to claim valuable points. And Eugenia Bujak once again featured at the front of the field, crossing in third. Sprints leader Leah Thomas picked up a point in fourth.
Let's get in front when we can.
As the rain continued to hammer down, and Sophie Doik rode into Holyrood Park to a brilliant reception from the expectant crowds, crossing the finish line for the first time to pick up more points in the third and final intermediate sprint. Just under a minute behind, the peloton raced through, Leah Thomas ensuring the sprint's jersey was hers, crossing the line in second, while Slovenian national champion Eugenia Bujak claimed third. Three laps and 3 QOM climbs of Queen's Drive awaited the riders. Inspired by a stellar team performance so far, Cecilie Uttrup Ludwig surged to the summit on the first ascent of Queen's Drive, with multiple Norwegian national champion Vita Heine taking second and Elise Shabby once again picking up points for Bigler. Uttrup Ludwig attacked solo, opening up an 11-second gap on the first of the 3 laps. On the second ascent, she claimed another 8 points, and with that, the Event Scotland Queen of the Mountains jersey. Julie van der Velde of Lotto Soudal Ladies scored 6 points, finishing second, and Elise Shabby claimed another 4 points. The next time Uttrup Ludwig passed the crowds at the finish line, she only had a handful of seconds to spare. Her work done for the day, Uttrup Ludwig had emptied the tank, safe in the knowledge she had secured the Queen of the Mountains jersey. Now it was over to her teammates to finish the job. Julie van der Velde summited the fourth and final ascent first, Jabby in second spot to ensure she finished second overall in the QOM classification. Her Bigler teammate Leah Thomas was well positioned, coming over the climb third wheel, ahead of a very fast run-in to the finish line. It was all shaping up for a reduced bunch sprint. As the crowds cheered and banged the boards, the riders hurtled towards the line for a chance to become the first winner of this inaugural race. And after tireless work from her teammates on a filthy day in the saddle, it was the red jersey of Leah Thomas who crossed the line first after a brilliant lead out from Elise Shabby, who also finished second. A stunning day for Bigler. And so, confirmation of the stage results. Leah Thomas wins the third and final stage of the race with a powerful sprint finish. Teammate Elise Shabby crosses the line just behind her for a Bigler 1-2, and Stina Borgli of Norway picks up another third place. Alison Jackson, wearing the yellow leader's jersey, finished fourth. Overall, it was all decided on the finish line in Holyrood Park. By virtue of winning the stage and time bonuses she picked up in her quest for the sprint's jersey, Bigler's Leah Thomas was crowned the first winner of this inaugural race. Stage 2 winner Alison Jackson, who just lost out in the final sprint, finished second, 5 seconds back, while courtesy of her 2 third places on each stage, Stina Borgli completed the podium in third. Textbook teamwork saw Bigler claim a clean sweep of the jerseys. Leah Thomas winning the red sprints jersey, Cecily Uttrup Ludwig picking up the Queen of the Mountains jersey, Nicola Noskova claiming the Best Young Rider jersey, and of course Leah Thomas going home with the yellow leader's jersey.
I have to say it was a full team effort, and I'm really glad to be representing Bigler here on the podium. It actually happened a little differently than we thought. We thought we could maybe go away solo to the finish line, and we played those cards. We tried to whittle down the peloton with the tough conditions and the wet and the hills, and the solo attack didn't work, and so we came down to a reduced bunch sprint, and I had an amazing lead out from my teammates that made the sprint pretty easy. It's special to be able to have this win, and it doesn't happen very often that you get to stand on the podium, and so it's something I really just want to kind of take a moment and soak in and enjoy.
Well, congratulations to you and to your teammates as well, because it was truly a team effort here. Leah Thomas there of Bigler, a brilliant effort to take the first ever win here in the inaugural Women's Tour of Scotland. Well, that's it for this year. It's a race that has had absolutely everything. Horrific weather conditions, brutal climbing, and fans who have truly taken women's cycling to their heart. Let's do it all again next year, shall we? See you there.